Hello there, travelers! Welcome back to our channel. Today, we're going to talk about an amazing destination that draws millions of tourists every year, Thailand. But wait, before you board that plane, it's critical to understand what not to do in this beautiful country in order to have a memorable and respectful experience. Recent events have given Thailand a bad reputation, not to mention a long history of stories about debauchery at full moon parties, taxi driver scams, and corrupt cops. Thailand appears to have a bad reputation at times. Nonetheless, Thailand remains a popular tourist destination for visitors from all over the world. Thailand is truly one of the most beautiful places on the planet, and it is a must-see for any aspiring traveler. But like any country, it has its dark corners. However, as long as you know what to do and, more importantly, what not to do, we guarantee you'll have a great time. So here are some pointers and ideas to help you make the most of your trip. Number 1. Backpacker accommodation. Khao San Road should be avoided. Bangkok's #1 tourist destination is a breeding ground for cheap bars, filthy lodging, and harem pants wearing tourists. That's not to say it's a no-go zone. It's safe and inexpensive, but many people flock to this busy street and don't see much of the rest of the city. Sukhumvit and Siam Square, on the other hand, are popular and convenient alternatives. You could also consider the up-and-coming Phra Khanong district or the original backpacker district of Soi Ingam Dupli. Better yet, sign up for Airbnb or couch surfing and spend a few days with a local, experiencing a very different side of the city. Ari, a hipster cafe district, is slightly more expensive, but there are plenty of Airbnb options. Bangkok also has some of the best deals on 5-star hotels in the world, so if you want to splurge, this is the place to do it on the cheap. Number 2. Using taxis. Negotiating a flat rate with a taxi driver is something to avoid. It's a surefire way to get an inflated price. Instead, insist on using the meter. Refusing to use the meter is illegal. If they do, proceed to a main street and keep looking until you find one. Uber and Grab Taxi are also available in Thailand, allowing you to hail a car without being scammed, but you must have data on your phone to use these services. If you want to hire a taxi for the day, you can negotiate a price with the driver upfront. The cost will vary depending on the distance, but it will usually be several thousand baht per day. Before renting a taxi for the day, make sure to finalize all details. You could also consider renting a private car for the day for less than 2,000 baht. To avoid the hassles of finding a taxi, you could also consider booking a transfer to and from Bangkok Airport ahead of time. Number 3. Thai amusement. Ping pong shows should be avoided. Is it really necessary to explain? It's a type of sex show that's well known in Bangkok, Phuket, and Pattaya. The most dangerous thing to watch out for is being scammed into a bar upstairs and not being allowed to leave until you pay a large bill, especially in the Patpong area. If you absolutely must see one, some of the bars on Soy Cowboy offer a scaled-down version of the show in exchange for a drink purchase, but there may be long wait times between acts. Definitely don't bring your children, but if you want to cross something crazy off your bucket list, this would make for a wild guys or girls night out. Instead, take in one of Thailand's numerous impressive shows featuring talented performers. Whether it's a cultural show in Phuket, a Muay Thai fight in Bangkok, or a cabaret extravaganza in Pattaya, Thailand has something for everyone. If you must satisfy your curiosity, this hangover tour takes you through some of Bangkok's seedier areas, with the security of a knowledgeable local guide and other curious travelers. Number 4. What to do in Pattaya? Pattaya's seedy area should be avoided. Instead, take advantage of Pattaya's beautiful beaches, spectacular shows, and nearby attractions. Don't miss the breathtaking Sanctuary of Truth, the award-winning Nong Nooch Tropical Garden, and a cabaret show. Tiffany's show or Colosseum show are both excellent. The Cartoon Network Water Park and the Art in Paradise Interactive Gallery are firm family favorites. For thrill seekers, an ultralight flight over the region is about as exciting as it gets. Nearby, Chanthaburi is Thailand's durian export zone, and it's the ideal place to sample the king of fruit at the various fruit farms that offer buffet tastings. The closest island getaway from Bangkok is Koh Samet in neighboring Rayong province, which has some of the best beaches for weekend getaways from the capital. All of these locations are also ideal for a day trip from Bangkok in a private car with a driver. Number 5. Shopping the markets. Avoid negotiating too low. It can be offensive. Instead, before you begin haggling, decide how much you are willing to pay for the product. Start bargaining at about half the price you're offered and work your way up from there. Of course, the usual tricks are in play: pricing checking in other stores, acting casual, walking away. If you end up arguing over a few Thai baht, give in and pay the extra. In the grand scheme of things, you won't notice the difference. The original Talat Rot Phai train market next to Seacon Square is the best market to visit in Bangkok for the best prices. It is also Thailand's hipster capital. Number 6. What to do in Phuket. Phuket's seedy and touristy areas should be avoided. We're not saying you should avoid Phuket entirely. It's a great base and home to some of Thailand's best international hotels and restaurants. However, if you don't enjoy the raucous nightlife, there are some areas of Patong to avoid. Instead, avoid the crowds on Patong Beach, as well as bar brawls and nighttime companions. Instead, visit some nearby but quieter bays such as Hat Tri Triang, or take a day trip to Paradise Island. Tachai Island, the Similan Islands, and Raya Island all offer some of Thailand's best snorkeling and are all accessible by day trip from Phuket. Inland, a world of adventure awaits to entice any restless souls. A 50-meter bungee jump, a jungle-high ropes cross, and an ATV safari are just a few of the activities available to keep you entertained. Number 7. Elephant tourist attractions. Avoid funding elephant abuse. Elephants are sometimes brought into cities and paraded through tourist areas in an attempt to entice tourists to pay for food to feed them. Do not attempt it. This is just funding the mistreatment of elephants, a recurrent problem in Thailand. Choose a reputable elephant sanctuary right away. Elephant Nature Park, a rescue and rehabilitation center in northern Thailand, Boon Lot's Elephant Sanctuary for rescued and retired elephants, and Khao Keo Open Zoo, a large zoo near Pattaya with a good reputation, are all good options. Number 8. Tours and sightseeing. Avoid being tricked with incorrect information about tourist destinations. A common scam in Bangkok is telling you that popular tourist attractions, such as the Grand Palace or Wat Pho, have been closed and instead offering you a tuk-tuk tour. Instead, the obvious response is to not believe them. If you do want to take a tour of Bangkok, there are several alternatives. A scooter tour gives you a locally guided tour of Bangkok. The Eat and Ride scooter is ideal for foodies looking for a taste of authentic Thailand, and this river cruise, dessert tasting and pottery making tour by bike is certainly a unique way to experience Bangkok. There you have it, fellow travelers, a quick guide on what not to do in Thailand. Remember, showing respect for the local culture, traditions and laws is the key to a fantastic and trouble-free experience. Now, go out there, explore and enjoy all the incredible things Thailand has to offer.